Hello, everyone, and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week is Eorzivia 4.4 edition, where Sly and I get to look dumb. That's it. That's the whole show. So enjoy. That's the description. You should know by now. We've done enough of these for people to know by now. So let's get the embarrassment over with. I'm one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Pulverum. Of course, joining me is Sligh, aka Slythefox, aka Slyh, aka Greyfox, aka you, my boy Blue. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Actually studied this time, so I am ready.
Your headset list still. It's a little unfortunate.
It's fine.
Okay.
Man, 10-year-old headset. I'm okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Okay. And for us to take a quiz, we need a quiz master. So we got Ethys on as well.
Yeah, everyone. It's me. I'm back for the third week in a row.
Yeah, that's gotta suck for you, right?
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my god, you guys must be really desperate. Like, what's happening?
Well, you've just been the perfect
Maybe we
guest.
actually like you.
God, stop, Sly. Don't.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Don't go that far.
Ooh.
I mean,
Gonna give me a big
really?
head over here.
Wait, way to take a fucking compliment. Damn.
I like how I said not to say that, and Ethys also said not to say that.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Give someone a hand, they'll take an arm, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't feed me. Don't
Listen,
give me anything.
it's 2 lore episodes, and we had a more laid-back raid show. And I was like, we haven't done a 4 Horsemen in a while, and when I do 4 Horsemen, I invite the 4 Horsemen, implying I invite myself somehow.
That's good of you.
Yeah, well, I gotta make myself feel good somehow. But anyway. All right.
Calling yourself a horseman. Man, I wish I owned a horse. That'd be nice. Oh, that feels good.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm actually feeling somewhat prepared for this episode. However, I'm a bit under the weather. So Sly, this is your week. It's been a while since you've won because I'm afraid of my brain going to mush. Just because I've felt a little headachy, a little under the weather all day. So this is your week. Grasp it. Firmly grasp it.
This is, without a doubt in my mind, the easiest Eorzivia I've ever considered.
He says it every week. He says it every time.
No, I keep saying it every week because I keep making it easier and easier and easier because, like, I want to see you guys succeed.
But I did really well last time. It was Sly who fucked up.
You didn't do really well. You did, like,
You know how many questions I got right and half right last time? It was a fucking slaughter. It was a slaughter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's saying he did well in comparison to me.
Yeah, that's like saying you did well in a fight against, like, a lamb.
Dude, a lamb would fuck you up. Are you kidding me? If you were in a fist fight with a lamb, that thing would fuck you up. Yeah.
Like a baby sheep. You reckon you get fucked up in a fist fight by a baby
Listen,
mutton?
you don't fight the lamb without the mother being there to fucking kick your ass.
You realize I'm the lamb in this scenario, and
you realize that Sly's mum isn't passing him notes.
I want this to end. We haven't even started yet, and I want this to end.
Yeah.
All right.
Sly's your mum passing you notes? Are you cheating?
No, my mom's in Newton, North Carolina.
And you have a phone, so that doesn't mean anything.
I'm watching you.
If you want a phone, you want to call. We do lifelines. We call a friend. He calls his mom. Hey, mom. Hey, mom. Who are the 4? You call your mom. Who are the 4 lords? And she like answers it for you.
Funny thing, mom knows nothing about the game, but she somewhat gives a damn about my DPS. Does she give you shit? She calls you up every week. So Sly, were you shit this week or not?
Sly, I saw your logs. I saw them. I looked you up.
You're still in gold, motherfucker. What's wrong with you?
You're doing
Sly,
under 5K?
Sly,
if chaos? Are you fucking kidding me?
If you're gray before Thanksgiving, you're not getting any turkey.
Yeah, that's
you got 98% uptime and you're under 5K? What the fuck? You're disowned, Sly.
That's basically mom.
It's basically mom, he says. Oh my god. All right. We should probably actually get started now. Now that I'm really distracted by the thought of Sly's mom checking his fucking logs. Now we should really get started.
That's all right. I call my mum when I pass well as well.
Okay. All right. Get us started, host. We don't have.
Okay.
You said you didn't have all the things, so I'm not gonna bother.
No, I don't have all the thing, but you guys should know by now what Eorzivia is about. It is become about making these two look stupid, and I'm so determined to prove that inaccurate. So this is the have you been paying attention edition of Eorzivia, basically. So often I go to triple triad cards. I go to like weird,
I think we know what Sly studied. Look at his
flavor
face.
text. I go to like so many, places that most people don't go to for these questions. I'm not doing any of that. You just you both get 100% if you were just paying attention while you're playing this patch. That's all you need. All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be some that we miss.
Yeah, I'm sure there are going to be some that you miss, and I fully expect chat to chew you out and make you feel like a couple of complete assholes for the ones that you do.
That's fair.
All right. Okay, that's fair. Who went first last time? Do you guys remember?
Listen, if we get a point for answering that right, then you might as well skip.
That's the first question.
So who went first last time? All right, Mike, I'm gonna give you half a point.
Your Ethys impression is.
Everyone else seems to like it.
All right. Well, look, Mike, you won last time. So, do you want to start or do you want to defer?
I'll defer.
Okay.
He knew it. He didn't want it. He knew I was going to. I was like, I don't want to go first.
All right. Look, I'm going to dive right into it, Sly, if that's all right with you. Let me just make sure I've got a tally here. Okay. All right. So, Sly, what was the true historical cause of the burn? So we have this this myth about the burn. We have this story about the burn that Solus came upon this land while he was conquering Othard and saw this desolation and was told that it was caused by all these primal summonings. And he told everyone, you see, primals are really bad. And we're going to dedicate our whole empire to fighting the primals. Turns out it was... What was it?
Ethys, I can already tell by question 1 you weren't kidding. You weren't kidding at all.
I wasn't kidding! You think I was kidding?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, all you, Sly.
Okay.
Well, something was removing the ether out of the burn, and I think it was the creatures. It wasn't the Garland facility under. One thing. So beyond. Wasn't the House of Crooked Coin.
Just paint a picture for us of what happened.
I'm shaking right now.
Was it as is law?
Elaborate.
Because the burn was like the lifting point of as is law.
Okay.
And of course, the element. So
okay.
As is law rised, as they launched as is law, the portion of the ether was removed from the burn. That's why.
I want to say half point.
Half point? Okay, I'll take it.
I want to say half point.
But you also want to give me the chance to get the other half.
Yeah, I think I should.
Sly, I'm just going to say, why did you say it wasn't House of the Crooked Coin? When that device was literally choking the ether out of the burn? Because that's what it was doing, and we turned it back on so ether could flow back to the burn again. Because that's what the answer was.
Okay. House of the Crooked Coin is the other half, so I'll give you the other half. But we'll come back to the House of the Crooked Coin, and I'll probably ask for a little bit more specificity over there.
Okay.
All right, Mike. Why have the Garlands been having to fly through the burn?
They've been having to fly through the burn because of their resources have been depleted with all the resurgencies that have been taking up. Okay. So the only way they can possibly get from Garlemald into Author to, potentially mount an offense on Doma would be to fly the shortest route there, which is through the burn.
Okay, so what route would they have taken before?
What route would they have taken before? I can't remember the name. It's that mountain range that's to the north of the Ozine. They could just go over that. Not the mountain range north of it. What was it called? Like, I remember geographically how to describe it, but now they would have to, because they literally can't. They would need an outpost in the burn to refuel at this point.
Okay,
but I just can't remember the name of the geographical region that
they don't need an outpost in the burn to refuel.
Well, that's the only route they could actually make it to without needing.
Yeah, without having to refuel.
Yeah, without having to refuel. But having an outpost there would be good news for them. It just they don't have it. I can't remember the name of the because I'm not going to get the geographical.
You're gonna have point.
Yeah,
you're gonna have point for that.
Do I get a chance?
You want to have a go at the other?
Do you know the name of because I don't know the name of the geographical region.
Wasn't just specifically Dalmasca and Ravenastor, because they literally just nixed their own supply by raising it to the ground, wasn't?
Hey,
was it that? Okay,
yeah, it was literally Ravenastor was their stopover point. That was why Ravenastor had like sort of continued to thrive.
I remember
because they had to stop there to refuel.
I forgot that little detail. I thought that they were flying over the. I thought the only route they would have left. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I was thinking the only route they'd have left if they didn't fly over the burn, because they kind of didn't have many other options at that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, the burn's basically like the straight line route from Garlemald to Doma.
Yeah.
If they tried to come over the north, they'd probably run out of fuel over the sea.
Get a dragon.
Yeah, or cop a dragon in their face, which is also a euphemism.
If you say so.
I'm sorry. Sly. So, for what purpose are Garland Ironworks currently investigating the burn? Garland Ironworks are in there now. Yeah, when we were down there, the Scions called up Sid, and he was like, "Yo,
I'm done with Omega now. I ain't got shit to do. What you want?"
Yeah, it's true.
Wasn't it for the force field? I hate not force field. The generators that were outside of the burn, like outside the airship.
Okay.
They were trying to raise a barrier.
Okay.
For that.
Okay, for what purpose?
Oh.
Isn't it just to prevent Garlean attack, simply?
I'll give you that. Yeah.
It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. So while we were there, when we saw those Allagan ruins, we noticed that among them was a line of shield generators, which were the same that basically generated the shield around Azazla. And Y'shtola, having figured that an Agrius class warship couldn't get through the shield of Azazla without us basically using the key to let him in. Well, no, not the key to let him in. We had to use our ethereal ram. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
They took the key.
Yeah, they took the key. Well, no, Thornton took the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Y'shtola thinks that it would be sufficient to stop any air invasion of Doma from Garlemald. basically they got nowhere to refuel. They'd have to go through the burn. You erect a big shields in the middle of the burn, and suddenly the Garlands are forced to presumably resort to other means, slower means to reach Stoma.
You got it.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
If you didn't, I was going to be upset.
Yeah, I was going to cry a little bit.
It's not what I meant, but okay.
All right, Mark. So the Zayla believe the House of the Crooked Coin to be a sliver of the essence of Nama, who's their moon goddess. Can you tell us what it is really with some precision?
Yeah, because this ties into what I said earlier. It's an Allegan device that was specifically it siphons the energy around it, but it's more directly acts as a dam. It's like an ethereal dam, pretty much. It prevents ether from flowing into, in this case, the burn.
Okay. Can you be a little more specific?
Do you want like the detail of why? Like if you die there,
like why,
because the
why
thing.
Were they using it? What was its purpose?
What was its purpose? Oh, it was so they could. It was to raise Azazla. Weren't they using it to raise to actually as the energy source to raise Azazla in the first place? Well, they used the islands. They built the islands from the burn, and they were using the ether. I'm trying to remember which device it was that they powered. Because Azazla. Yeah, I thought it because Azazla wasn't raised. They didn't just they picked it up, but they had to actually power it with something. And it wasn't the Crystal Tower that powered it. Crystal Tower. Well, the Crystal Tower drew energy from Dalamud. That's what caused the earthquake. Is it Azazla?
Yeah, it was Azazla.
Oh, so I was right. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of a dam. It's kind of a regulator. Like it still lets ether through, but it kind of like stems the flow.
Yeah.
So that it's kind of getting through like very, very, very slowly.
It's controlled.
Yeah, without creating this massive blockage. And basically, they had to do that before they separated this huge chunk of land. Kind of like how you would want to like tourniquet a limb before you amputate it, right?
It's easier to tear from the ground when it has no ether. Yeah,
and also like Heidelin would have kind of bled out in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then subsequently they used that ether to launch both it and Dalamud. You did it. You got it.
It.
You did it
with a small detail here or there, slightly misworded.
Yeah, so we've basically like deactivated it.
Yeah,
we basically removed that dam.
Still surprised Azazla is going to be floating up there because I feel like everything that keeps Azazla in the air, we just gradually have either destroyed its original source or its actual current source.
Yeah, well, what keeps Azazla in the air was the centrifugal engine being powered by the Warring Triad.
And those fuckers are gone.
Yeah, so...
I'm just saying that thing's got to come crashing down at some point.
Yeah, like it's literally a matter of time before it drops out of the sky, which is going to be interesting. But we won't have to deal with it. It's fine. It'll be like 100 years or something.
I'm sure. Yeah. When we go to the moon.
All right. So, no. Although this was
Is this going to be about the demographic thing that they posted where Yoshi P has traveled enough to have flown to the moon and back? Why the moon, everyone?
Oh, I didn't actually see that. Oh my god, that is terrible.
That's so funny.
I hate that. No, so the Zayla have got like this local myth, right, about it being the sliver of Nama and making an offering of blood to the heavens, being basically Dalamud, and then we see, you know, the Dawn Throne is basically like it's either a statue to Dalamud or it's like a prototype of Dalamud. Yeah, it seems that Dalamud was launched from the step. Yeah, it was like built and launched from the step.
Maybe what it is you know how like with rockets they have the silo. Maybe it was the silo that it launched from.
Yeah, it could be something like that. But that was really cool to know because that was bothering me from the first time we went in the step. I was like, that looks like That looks like Delamud. What's up with that? Anyway, Sly, this is yours, I think. So Thancred at the moment is planning to instigate some instability in the Garlean capital. How does he mean to do that? What's his plan?
The shinobi to spread rumors.
What rumors?
About Xenos being an Asian.
Okay. To what end? Like what purpose would that serve? How would that create instability?
It would basically sow dissent. Like, it would cause, I guess, panic amongst the Garleans, and they would simple way of putting it, they would just I wouldn't say rebel, but
he's trying to. Thancred's idea is to inspire something in particular based on some issues that were happening in Garlemald more recently. He's planning to reignite a certain conflict sentiment.
He wants to start another revolution.
I mean, ultimately, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But basically, what is it about the idea of Xenos being not what he is and maybe something else?
Because they believe him to be the real Xenos.
Okay, but what's special about Xenos? Why is he different from any other Legatus?
Because he's the next in line.
Okay. So having that complicated might lead to
what, another war of succession?
Okay, yeah. Basically, yeah, that's what he wants to do. He knows that there are still factions within Garlemald that are unhappy with basically the succession, and that this will kind of add new fuel to the fire and reignite those conflicts.
Yeah.
That's a point.
You got there.
You're doing it. Look, you guys are doing it. I'm so proud of you. Oh.
I was waiting for those words. I was like, if he doesn't say War of Succession, I can get half a point.
Oh, so good.
I can get half a point.
All right. Well, Mike, here's a chance to get half a point for you. At least. Surely.
Thanks. Now I'm going to get none.
What's the cause of the apparent coma currently suffered by Thancred and also several other scions?
You mean the we were called? Do you, how much information about being called do you want? Because I
just want you to describe what that is.
Basically,
what's actually happened.
So what's happened is our souls, I guess, are temporarily separated from our bodies so that we can speak to this being that's calling us through a similar means. And the coma is caused by the soul not properly rejoining the body after the message itself has actually been sent. It's unlikely to affect us because of the way the echo like you've seen the echo hop from body to body before. So for us, it's not as big a deal. But for
we've also done it as a mechanic before, having our soul separated. We just literally walked back into it.
Yeah. But the other scions, the ones that we've at least had on screen so far, are not echo blessed. They're just they just are the scions pretty much. So they're having a bit more trouble with it thus far.
Okay. So this sort of called Kani Senna, that's her way of explaining it. She seems to believe that whoever was speaking to us was the cause of this separation. I still think that may or may not be the
case.
Case.
We've heard it a million times, Alice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know there's a scientist that did it. It could be somebody else.
No, there you go. But no, you're right. Basically, the cause of the coma is the fact that the soul's been separated from the body and hasn't been able to find its way back. So the body's still alive, but the soul is untethered
MIA.
somewhere. Yeah, basically. It's very, very similar to basically what was happening to Y'shtola at the end of ARR. And we had to sort of recover her in Heaven's Ward, except she's left her body. Well, to Thancred, except Thancred's left his body behind. But also Y'shtola, it happened to Y'shtola as well, and she's left her body behind. But it's a very similar kind of phenomena, it seems.
God, I want 4.5.
I'm so excited.
I just want it. I just want it.
Do you think they're gonna come back in 4.5?
No. I think we'll probably. I think there's a higher chance that we'll bring Kryle back in because she's an Echo Blessed Scion. So
yeah, Kryle will be fine.
Yeah.
She'll be totally fine. Although we're not quite certain whether Kryle had the Echo like taken away from her.
Oh, with the experimentation.
Yeah, like we haven't really established that she's been using it since then.
They haven't given. Did they give her a chance in the new Eureka to use it, or is she still asking us all this shit? Because I still have to finish it. Okay. Yeah.
So I think that she's probably fine, but we actually don't know.
I just want to know what happened.
But we do need her for Eureka, so she's kind of got to be.
I mean, they pulled the Ironworks, the Ironworks in here. We'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we'll see what happens there. All right, Slyh, this is yours.
Okay.
So currently in both Orthard and Eorzivia, there have been recent observations of a rapid thinning of ambient ethereal density. So one example is that a lot of ether crystals that are being mined have basically got like nothing. They're pretty much dry. Why is this news so alarming to Y'shtola?
Is this the hard one?
No.
Okay.
No, I told you the hard one is arbitrarily hard.
Okay.
Like there's no reason for it to be hard. It's just you'll see.
Why is it alarming to Y'shtola?
Yeah. So the thing is, like, if it was just happening in one place, it could be like a primal, right?
Right.
It's been summoned or, something that's draining it. But it's happening everywhere, basically on both sides of the planet at the same time.
Well, I remember the conversation Y'shtola had with the miner, and it's because of the burn.
I mean, it might be.
Ultras is
that's not.
Ultras is my poker face, by the way.
It might be because of the burn, but that's not why she's scared.
Right. God.
She's scared because of a precedent. I'll give you that hint.
I don't think I'll happy or just
Poker face.
Right.
Oh, jeez.
Not another primal.
I mean, it could be, but that's not what she's afraid of.
That's not what she's afraid of.
I'll give you 20 seconds.
I'll pass.
Really? All right. Okay.
So I have an advantage for this one, Sly, because I played 1.0. Kind of. So it basically is similar to what happened before the last calamity. It's a precursor to another calamity, pretty much. Okay. If you recall back to 1.x, as the calamity approached, a lot of the void scent started appearing around ether crystals. All of the aetherites are being sucked dry, and it was a precursor to a calamity, pretty much.
Yeah, basically they observed the same phenomenon before all of that shit started to happen.
Yeah.
Leading into the last calamity. So it's interesting that they describe it as like a thinning, right? because that seems to imply that it's like literally a thinning of I guess a barrier or a membrane between the two dimensions that are collapsing together.
Yep.
I think it's a really interesting way to put it. So I guess what that means, if your stall is right, is that next patch and leading into the next expansion, we could start to see some of that same kind of shit that we were seeing in 1.2.
Yeah, it depends on how serious they want to take this, or if this is something that's going to get resolved in main story cutscenes alone.
Yeah. If it comes to that, I hope they don't resolve it just in main story cutscenes. That would be a shame, I think.
Kind of like how Shinryu was a calamity waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, even though, I mean, we have, by the time the zones that he affected were zones we hadn't even been to yet.
Yeah.
So they could just make them that way from the get-go. There wasn't like a change that we really got to witness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, right? You can just have an affect zones we haven't been to yet. Like the burn could be a zone.
Yeah, and basically. It can still be a dungeon because the lore behind dungeons is we're living it through the echo anyway. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anything else to be said about that?
Is there anything else you're looking for?
No.
Are you looking for something for points, or are you just looking for a topical discussion?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can, but we got a quiz show to do, and I don't.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
No, that's enough for a point. All right, Sly.
No, it's me. That was Sly's question. I took it from him.
Okay. All right. So, Mike, why did Solus Zosgalvis reform Garlemald into an empire?
To sow the seeds of chaos. I'm assuming you're referring to the final cutscene.
I'm referring to the final cutscene.
Where you go?
Okay,
where the founding father was an Ascian, and the empire was created to sow the seeds of chaos.
What purpose does that serve, though?
It serves to bring about a rejoining, like the Ascians are always struggling to bring to. Literally, it's their empire of doom, which we have to assume they did the same thing with the Allagans in the past. And everything led to Dalamud eventually causing the earthquake and the Crystal Tower.
Yeah.
They're rearing up to do that shit again. Although, to be fair...
I don't know if it's quite the same as the Allagans, because the Allagans, they caused one calamity and then they were gone, right?
Then the Garlands are on the verge of causing a second one.
Yeah, I think the Garland Empire is more like, having observed the Allagan Empire and how potent that was, they're like, maybe we could just make like a calamity factory.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way of looking at it. I mean, also, I guess the way that the last calamity was resolved was a bit of an anomaly, I'm sure to them, because it kind of resolved technically the same time it happened, but then we lived in an Umbral era afterwards because there wasn't an Astral era, it just was, but it wasn't like the Umbral eras from before. It was almost like an incomplete Umbral era.
Yeah, and I think that's how Elidibus kind of wanted it to go down. I think that's kind of what he was expecting, what they were aiming for.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because with
it is hard to tell.
I mean, it feels like with the fact that Solus died literally right after they accomplished the calamity, like within years of it. It's almost like poetic to the point where it's like, yeah, okay, I did it. It was like I had a plan up to this point, and then that's it. Obviously, it's not the same because we know about Solus now. It's not quite the same way, but then it sows discord in another way, and and then things get all fucky again. And
I mean, Solus basically said as much. He said that he'd earned his rest.
Yeah.
I know. Storing something next door.
I noticed.
There's some construction work going on.
I noticed.
Yeah. So basically, he said that he'd earned his rest. You know, things were on track. He didn't need to be around anymore because he'd kind of set up, like I say, this sort of calamity factory that was just going to keep sort of churning him out if it kept going the way that it was going.
And then Varys is now like, shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So that kind of leads into the next question for Sly.
Oh, so I got the point.
Yeah, you got the point.
Okay, you never said that, so I just wanted to make sure.
No, you got the point.
Okay.
Why was Solus called back? Why was Solus called back to his role as the puppeteer of the Empire?
Basically, he had a plan that he entrusted Varys to act on, and what was his exact words? I can't remember the exact words. But basically, Solus had sowed the seeds, and he was relying on Varys to basically continue the work, which he got it fucked up, and Elidibus went and called, so Elidibus saw this and went back and called Solus.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a half point. There was something specific that like precipitated the need for Solus to return.
The balance.
But yeah, everything. Huh?
The balance between light and dark.
Not quite. So everything was on track. Varys did kind of like deviate a little bit, but there was kind of a reason why Varys was able to deviate. There's something very specific that Solus refers to here.
I don't remember what it specifically was.
Okay, well, I'll give you a half point because you're right. Like he basically needs to get Garlemald back on track in terms of what the track is that he conceived for Garlemald. But there was a more specific event that precipitated his need to return more or less immediately. Mike, you want to have a shot at it?
I'm trying to see. I'm in the same boat as Sly. Like I have a few things that I'm bouncing around. I'm trying to think of what, because it's not just because Varys isn't an Ascian and that he's an Ascian. It's not that. It's.
No,
although to be fair, it helps kind of. It's like part of the reason, but it's not the reason. But the fact that he's not
Solus isn't behaving is part of the reason.
Yeah, he's not behaving, and he's not asking, so he doesn't have to fucking behave. But it's
exactly. But the reason that he's not behaving, the fact that he's been able to kind of derail things and misbehave and sort of try and restructure Garlemald into something more, like he wants it to be, is again largely because of this more specific reason.
So I don't remember. I guess I'll take a shot in the dark. Did they not intend him to be the one who ascended to the throne?
I don't think they cared who ascended to the throne.
Okay. Then that's all I got. Whatever.
I don't think it mattered. I don't think it mattered one way or another. The point is that they deliberately didn't elect an heir. Solus deliberately didn't elect an heir so that it would cause a war of succession, so that they would keep squabbling, so that chaos would be perpetuated. So I don't think he really gave a shit who ascended, because there was another hand on the wheel that would make sure that,
Well, Xenos was eventually going to get hold of that, wasn't he?
Yeah, but that wasn't like intentional. That was purely incidental. So the reason Solus had to come back in the end was because Lahabrea fucked up, and
died.
Subsequently died, like permanently. So Garlemald became untethered and started to derail, and Elidibus was like, all right, Solus, you got to come out of retirement. I know you're having a nice nap over there, but we need you to do another round. So that would be the full point. Yeah, Lahabrea fucking up was like the specific catalyst for Solus having to come back, and Solus is really pissed off at Lahabrea for that.
Well, he doesn't have anyone to take it out on, so.
Yeah, he'd like take a number, right? Yes, he described it as Lahabrea's crowning act of idiocy. Yeah, basically, Lahabre is an asshole and an idiot.
Yeah, he fucked up twice, man.
You did.
And second time caught in his life.
At least twice.
Twice we know of.
Like, twice we know of.
He could have been a fuck up before then.
Man, I miss Lahabre. He was so uncomplicated. Things were so straightforward with Lahabre.
I mean, he possessed the body of our friend, and then we purged him with a sword of light, and
yeah. All right, Mike. You'll get this one easy. Whilst trailing the Ascians, Alphino and
you're gonna ask me about Black Rose, aren't you?
Shadow Hunter. They found evidence of a new Garlean weapon. What is it?
It's I just said
it. Okay. What does it do?
Like the exact specifics? Oh boy, I might actually only get half of this right then. I mean, the Black Rose, it's a chemical weapon for background in case anyone hasn't done the quests and I don't know how or skipped the quest line. There's a quest line out in the Fringes, which is a precursor to the Ananta quests, where it describes the tests and the effects that it actually had, and how it's basically rotted that entire area. It's just straight up turned it all to shit. That giant tree, it seeped into the roots, corroded it. Forgot the name of that tree, because we talked about that tree 2 weeks ago.
The precipient one.
There you go, the precipient one. There you go.
How the fuck did I remember that?
Which is actually the outermost tree of the hedge.
Yeah.
To the shrine. So it's like actually a super, super important sacred tree to the Padrali.
Not anymore. Anyway. Unless they plan. Oh, I mean, we do some cleansing, but it doesn't do shit in actuality. You know.
No, but I mean, it'll take time. So what happened to Black Rose? What happened with it?
Well, Gaia shut that shit down. He's like, no, we're not doing that shit. All right.
Okay.
And now that he's, dead, they're bringing it back because they already did all the work. They already did all the research. It was already been field tested and everything. So they just had to produce it and use it.
Well, it had been field tested, but he buried the actual samples. He buried
he buried them.
He destroyed them, and the scientists that made them kind of buried a few of them around the place. And all the notes were destroyed, and basically the scientists went insane and became completely useless.
And that's the guy who gives you the quest, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's closely associated with it. I mean, this isn't part of the question, but I'm sort of wondering like how they managed to.
Listen, I know they don't have internet, but they got Ethernet. Nothing. And once something's on the Ethernet, you can't get rid of it. That's it. It's there forever.
I don't think it's quite that simple.
Somebody else just took copies and guys didn't know about it. Somebody else made copies, at least kept enough of the information. I mean,
probably, but who?
Sly's really not liking my Ethernet mention. I don't know, one of the scientists that wasn't under Gaius, one of the scientists that was under...
He had them all killed.
And somebody else got it. I'm sure they'll explain
it. I know. I'm just like...
I'm sure they'll explain it.
Who? I hope they do.
Once it's on the Ethernet, you can't get rid of it.
Fuck you. Okay, it wasn't funny the first time, all right?
But what if I say it a third time?
Well, maybe. It depends on the delivery.
All right. When the time is right. No, when the time's right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Timing's everything. Yeah. After all.
When you least expect.
Okay. Sly.
Yeah.
We're gonna move away from the MSQ. If that's all right with you. If that's okay. Oh no! Oh jeez!
Just don't ask about Tales of Stormblood, please.
I actually read. Fuck you!
Really? You did?
Don't tell Matt. He might come up with a tiebreaker later.
Oh, good for you. Maybe I'll have to. All right. So why have the botanists of Idleshire asked us to return to St. Mossian's?
I knew this was going to be a fucking question. God, if you don't get this, I'm going to be pissed.
The flora is getting contaminated with the mud, which is causing them to severely agitate.
Okay, but why Why did the botanists care about that? That's all contained within the Arboretum.
Because they could utilize the mud.
What does it do?
As a it's basically what's that shit called?
It's a very apt name.
Some shit.
Some shit. Yeah, basically.
It is some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically manure. Basically upgraded manure that would help crop growth and harvest.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can give you that. Yeah, so it's basically it's a compost, it's a fertilizer. So they were using this mud to cultivate the ingredients for a concoction which would speed up the conversion of plant matter into compost. So it makes things sort of break down a lot faster. Makes things convert, I guess, from plant matter into earth aspected ether.
Miracle Grow. That's what I was thinking about. Miracle Grow
is literally some shit.
Literally shit.
Well, I mean, probably, right?
Yeah.
That means we're fighting the Great Mighty Pooh at the end, so.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm gonna throw shit at you.
It's probably just like primal poop or something.
Yeah, Ifrit took a fat dump.
In St. Mosians.
Well, no, Alexander probably took a dump in there, but someone's got to do it.
No, Alexander.
I mean, he's got ether, he's got poo. Come on.
Does he have a colon though?
It's oil.
He can make one.
It's fucking Alexander. Whatever. He wants a colon. He'll make a colon.
If he wants a colon, he'll have a colon.
Yeah, fuck you.
Wow.
All right, Mike. What does Sid use to interrupt Omega's attacks specifically?
God.
And how does it work to do so?
So, okay, when you say, do you want like literally the exact name of because it's
I want to know literally what it is, what it's called, where he got it from, and how it works against Omega.
If you were gonna pick a question that was gonna be, because I've only done the normal mode like twice, and that's where the name is. It's called the Omega. I'm trying to remember because he calls it Omega plus another word.
He calls it the Omega Jammer, but that's not what it is.
Oh, so you want to talk about
it's something else that he's repurposed.
Well, it's the thermos. It's the fucking thermos we've had the whole time.
Is that your answer?
I mean, do you want me to, you need more than that, I'd assume.
I mean, I need more than that, but if that's the first part of your answer,
that's the first part of my answer is it's the thermos.
Okay. Elaborate. Yeah. I'm interested to see how you elaborate on this.
Well, I'm going to go back to like with his father and the experiment that eventually killed him, because that's what it is. It's a condensed version of the same thing that they were using to try and spark Dalamud that ended up killing his father and destroying that entire facility. And so he's got PTSD. He doesn't want to do it. He just handshakes every time he thinks about using it. Right? He's just like, ugh. And then it takes some smart words from Nero to remind him he's a fucking scientist. He's got to do what he's got to do. And
what does that have to do with the kettle?
Oh, you wanted me to elaborate on that? I'm trying to elaborate on just the whole thing that's going on.
No. Go on.
Well, I mean, if this isn't helping with the answer, I'm not.
No, please continue.
Is it helping with the answer? That's all I need to know.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely helping. Definitely helping with the anser. 100%.
I didn't know if you wanted the thermos or if you just wanted why the thermos is this thing or why. Or like...
I mean, I want that now. I want to know what the thermos has to do with it.
It's just that's it. That's what it is. You just took the fucking thermos and repurposed that shit. I'm confused about like what you actually want.
How does it work?
How does it work? Oh, you mean the concentrated electrical energy, the electric ether that it stores and releases in giant waves.
The thermos stores and releases electrical energy.
The fucking jammer does. I'm trying to make the jammer out of the thing.
You're an idiot.
I feel like I'm just missing something. I'm like confused as to where the question.
Where does the thermos come in here?
Oh, I thought he made. I'm telling you. I told you. I thought he made it out of. I thought that it was originally.
How would he possibly make it out of a thermos?
It's not the thermos. The other. I can't remember the exact name of the device. It's the thing they use in the first two parts.
The boiler mask.
There you go. The boiler mask. I kept saying thermos.
I know what you're thinking of.
I just kept calling it a thermos. I have a thermos right here. Okay. It's been a long.
No, I get it. I understand.
Yes, the Boiler Master. Yes, but I
don't understand how the Boiler Master converts ether into electrical energy. How does it do that?
Shit, I don't remember the exact specifics of it. I remember all the backstory and everything that he.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a half point.
Okay, I can accept that.
Half point. But you're still an idiot.
Just because I called the Boiler Master a thermos?
No, that's not why. You'll see why.
Because it wasn't the boiler. Oh no, the Boiler Master is what he uses when he he uses it and then he goes back.
You turns over.
But I'm just thinking about it.
Shut up, Sly. Have a shot.
Wait, doesn't it use your own ether? Doesn't it draw from your own ether to create the electrical?
I mean, maybe it could, but no. That's what the machinist's ethereal converter does. Is it converts the machinist's body's ether into electrical energy.
They're not real bullets.
No, they're not. No?
Yeah, I got nothing.
What is the thing? Literally, what is it?
The jammer?
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Say it's the Boiler Master.
It's not the Boiler Master.
If you say it's the Boiler Master, I'm hanging up.
I'm
he's probably taking away points if I say that. No, it's not. God,
it's like a thermos for ether.
You know what? I'm just going to give up the answer just because of that. Sorry. No.
I'm not wrong.
Move on to a new question, please.
Can you really say it's not a thermos for ether, though? It's kind of not. It's actually not at all. It's actually not at all.
It's just a regular. Okay, so it's the lunar transmitter. He rebuilds the lunar transmitter. The lunar transmitter, what it is, literally, is a ethereal converter. It converts ether into electrical energy on a massive scale.
And it's the same one from when his dad did the thing, or it's designed after it.
It's the same design. I mean, literally the same one was destroyed.
Yeah.
In the Bojar incident. So how does that help against Omega?
I mean, I could answer that.
You can answer that.
Oh, he's weak to electricity. Of all the things he's fucking weak. Of all his strengths, he's fucking weak to electricity.
Yeah, there you go. So it's something that was specifically designed to convert all kinds of ether on a massive scale from everywhere into electrical energy.
Ether.
Yeah. And Sid and Nero, when they worked out that Omega was affected by electrical energy, were like, "Oh, doy, that would be great. That'd do the job. Let's use that." Well,
like
Nero said
that conversation
and then Sid said, "No, dog. No, I got this. I've been talking to my boy, Mr. Happy, and he reckons that we should throw a kettle at it."
You gotta admit though, the lunar transmitter would make a pretty sweet boiler.
And if we throw the kettle at it hard enough,
just convert it to fire energy.
It'll just interrupt his ulti. It's like a leg graze.
See, I was thinking of the scene where he goes to the Boiler Master, gets coffee, and then he literally goes and gets the transmitter right after.
Yeah. And then Nero says, "All right, dog, like you do you. That's fine. Whatever." And Mike wipes to 011 normal over and over and over and over because he's using.
I don't think we died. Listen, if it works, it works. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because rather than activating the lunar transmitter, he decides to boil a cuppa.
Listen, if you ever settled a dispute over a cup of Joe, that's all I did. I just handed him some coffee beans, and he was like, "All right." I mean, to be fair, Omega's literally just a giant coffee machine anyway. So
you were just like, "Dude, chill out, have a coffee. Let's talk about this."
He didn't like. Although to be fair, the story behind 011 is he doesn't like his coffee black, and I forgot milk. So and I forgot milk and sugar, so he kind of just turns on you, and then you have to hit him with the thermos. That's why else. That's why I go monk with the kettle fists. It makes perfect sense.
Oh, so Omega's actually on this like intergalactic quest.
This has gone from being a quiz show to a show about the parody of Omega. Honestly, with how Omega's story ended, you could have fucking made this the real story, and I would have believed it just as much.
Unbelievable. And
you want to know the worst thing about that, Ethys? You gave me a half point for that.
I did. Yeah, I did. You're right. Sure, I did.
And then Sly didn't end up getting anything from his side.
Oh my god. Whose turn is it?
His.
Oh no, Sly, I'm so sorry. This is the hard question. Okay. And it's not like
it's arbitrarily hard.
Work it out. It's just arbitrarily hard. It's a bad question. It's dumb.
Is it your question or did somebody submit it?
No, it's my question, but it's not a good one. It's a bad, dumb, stupid, unfair question. You ready?
Okay, sure.
How many test subjects did Omega trial in total?
Oh, I know that. Well, I think I know this.
He tells us.
Yeah, he tells us.
He does tell us.
He gives us an exact number.
Yeah.
That is arbitrary. That is kind of mean. It's just
This
is like when we quizzed you the one time and you said you hated questions like this.
I do hate questions like this. Yeah. It's a bad question.
Like, can I get a ballpark?
No.
God damn it. Ugh.
He gives us the number.
I'll give you a half point if you get within 5. Is that fair?
That's fucked up.
That seems fair.
I mean, you say that, but God.
I think that's fucked up.
I told you, right?
I hope I get it wrong, actually. I hope I do. I hope it's a trick question.
It's not. It's not a trick question. It's just not a good question. Are you trying to count them in your head?
No, you can't count them. We don't even see most of them.
We don't even know. Yeah.
Sephiroth's in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we got to imagine the fact that we didn't fight Sephiroth means that he's in there somewhere and he got his ass handed to him by Chaos.
Probably never even got to Chaos.
65? I don't know why I remember that number. 65.
It's not 65.
And that's not within 5 either.
That's not within 5. What is it, Mike?
So I'm going to give Sly, I'm going to give you the whole spiel. So before we fight Chaos, the 79 other combat tests have already taken place, and Chaos is the last remaining one. He is our 80th challenger, and if you want to get real special, Midgard's armor is 81 because it's a bonus challenge.
It's close.
Well, oh wait, so it's 79, and then there's 4 combatants left actually, and then he's the last of the 4.
No, we're talking about to this point. It includes you.
Oh, you want
includes Chaos.
Okay. Yeah, see, this is why I thought it might be
even Midgard's armor.
Wait, say all that one more time.
So it's not including Omega himself. It's not including Midgard's armor. It is including Chaos, and it is presumably including you. Just everything that he had tested.
Well, yeah, because we go in and I mean, literally on the website it says the 79 other combatants, blah blah blah, and then it says that there's 4 remaining, and that Chaos.
79.
No, it's not 79 because Chaos is not one of the 79. Chaos is one of the remaining. Because they say, I'm explaining to you what it says. It says there's 79.
Chaos is one of the numbers. He's tested Chaos.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and then.
But it's not 79. You're right about how the number works, but it's not 70.
Oh, is this like previous experiments, like even before us? No, it's not. Well, then, I mean, like I said, I know it's not 79. I already said it wasn't 79. I was just adding things up together. And now that you've clarified it's not Midgard's armor, but we count. So I guess that kind of. Because I was wondering if you counted Midgard's armor. Because then it would
89.
Be 80. Oh, did I go? I missed the number. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I misremembered the number. I thought it was 79, and then Chaos, and then there were 4, and then Chaos wins the last one. Okay, I just forgot the first number. That's fine.
I'm tempted to give you a half point, but I won't.
That's fine. I didn't get the number. It's fair.
No. I mean, it's not, but that's fine. That's okay. All right. Here's one for you, Mike.
Okay.
Alpha served as bait to lure the Warrior of Light into Omega's tests.
Yeah.
But what was Alpha's original purpose?
Ooh. See, I think this is actually tougher than the other one. Only because there's a little bit of deduction that you can do that can distract you, and I feel like that's about to happen to me. Well, like you said, one of his purposes was to lure in fighters. See, that would have been my answer if you hadn't said that. So now I'm actually befuddled.
That was he was repurposed for that. Alpha was repurposed.
Alpha was originally supposed to be for... I'm trying to go through the dialogue because this is the cutscene where Omega comes out as a level checker. He explains all this when he's the level checker face, like right as you enter.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember the exact line. He says, and you're also not including him actually giving us access to the fights. I'm assuming. You know how he gives us permissions? Okay. Just making sure.
No.
Okay.
No.
He says that that's combined with the bringing people in. I'm trying to remember if it was, because I have an answer. It's really simple. I don't think it's right though. I guess I can just throw it out there. It was to no, it's not right, but I'll throw it out there. I'm 100% confident this isn't right. It was to learn. I mean, that's all Omega's ever doing. He was sent out into our world to learn about our world and subsequently bring back a fit sample, a fit experiment. It's like they're kind of like hand in hand in a sense. That's why I know it's not right, because he's repurposed, not.
Yeah, I mean, saying that it was to learn is kind of a moot point.
Yeah.
That's kind of what drives anything that Omega does. So
yeah,
it's not specific enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a go at it, Slyh?
I remember why he looks like a chocobo. I remember what you said, but I don't remember this part.
Wasn't it for familiarity?
Isn't that why he made him a chocobo?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Familiarity. What purpose does that serve? Because he doesn't look like a chocobo that we'd go out and find.
No, yeah. I mean, if his purpose was to lure test subjects, but you're asking for his other.
Yeah, see, that's where I keep going back to luring. That's the thing. I forgot the other purpose.
Okay. So he was repurposed as a lure, basically. His memory was wiped and he was programmed with a compulsion to return to Omega. And Omega just kept kind of like throwing him out there.
Remember all this, yeah.
Yeah. But originally, Omega was trying to study basically the phenomenon of how mundane mortal life forms could defeat things that were like astronomically more powerful than them.
And then Alpha just got shit on over and over again.
Yeah, so he was trying to create something as like mundane and basically he's trying to create a mortal life form rather than trying to create these super powerful antagonistic, like godlike entities and monsters. He was like, I'm just going to create a really simple little chocobo thing, a little model life form. I'm going to copy it after the ones that I've seen. I'm going to put it under combat situations and I'm going to see whether I can put it under enough stress for it to basically break its limit. And he did it like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times and failed because he was missing the point and it didn't have a soul.
Yeah. See, as soon as you said it, I remembered all the dialogue.
Yeah. So he gave up on that and decided that instead his I guess his blueprints, his parameters for this creature were incorrect, and that he would have to acquire mortals of natural origin, he says, which is why he's trying to lure ones in rather than using the ones that he's created. He's like, all right, I've got to get some like bona fide, mortal ass people to come in here and demonstrate it for me so I can study it that way. And that's why he changes up his tack and lures us in and makes us do the work. So there's no points there. Was that one really that hard?
It's of all the things that I remembered, that specific dialogue is not one that just rang a bell. Whereas I remembered the website description of the other thing. I just got the first digit wrong. So
yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So this is yours. How can Omega create artificial life forms? And what was the original purpose of this ability?
I just realized, does Omega have new logs in Rhalgr's Reach after the third one?
Yeah.
I haven't read that. So if this is in there, I'm fucked.
How can Omega create new life forms? Is it... I want to say that's partially based off the life forms he's already interacted with.
Right, but what is he doing literally? Like, how is it that he can create life or this simulacrum of life? Like, what's the literal mechanical ability that he has? And what was its original purpose as conceived?
I mean, it's basically something he's interacted with, something he's... God damn it.
Yeah, he's creating things that he has data on, one way or another.
Yeah, but he has to do it somehow.
But he has to do it.
This is like asking how does a coffee maker make coffee?
Yeah, that's more like what I'm asking.
Does he just have to fight it? Basically?
No, doesn't have to fight it. I mean, that helps him collect data, but no, that's not. He can make anything that looks like anything that he's experienced. It doesn't have to have been based on a fight.
He could mimic a flower if he wanted to.
Yeah, he could. He didn't have to fight a flower. I don't know. Maybe
he's allergic.
Just imagine him going around like fighting like flowers and rocks and stuff.
This is an igneous rock.
Wait.
Must fight more flowers.
He can make anything he wants to.
In theory.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, in theory.
So he makes the hands. He makes pretty much weaponry for himself. Is it Aether?
Okay, be more specific.
Does he draw on Aether, like someone or something's Aether, to basically receive the data and mimic it and create it?
No, I don't think he's interacting with their Aether in order to collect the data. I think he's collecting the data based on observation, which is kind of the problem in the first place, is that he doesn't like he can't sort of like, see people's souls. Like, he doesn't have the echo or anything like that.
Okay, so no, never mind. I have nothing.
Well, no, I'll give you a half point because you put your finger on the original purpose of it, which was to basically create new weapons for himself and modify himself to different combat situations. Okay. But what's literally happening, Mike?
Isn't he just repurpose? He's just taking ether, like abundant ether in the area, and just repurposing it, isn't he?
Okay. Repurposing.
Repurposing, maybe not the best word. He's changing its form.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'll give you that. It's literally energy to matter conversion.
Yeah. He just takes ether and molds it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And this is basically this this base ability of his that kind of dictates, everything that he's capable of doing. Is what the Allagans basically took from him. Basically what they learned by reverse engineering him was how to, was Ethereum chemistry, how to convert ether into different kinds of ether and subsequently converted into the building blocks for matter and artificial life and all of that. But he was never intended, as he was originally built, to be creating all these like artificial life forms. That was something that he basically decided to do for himself.
He needed that to help eventually get data so he could go home.
Yeah, he needed it so that he knew how to improve himself.
Yep.
Rather than because he didn't have, an engineer telling him.
He's his own engineer.
He had to become his own engineer and subsequently do his own research. Yeah. Okay. So this.
Mine.
Mike's.
All right. So Omega lacks the data to create a completely accurate simulation of Midgard's armor. Why is this?
Yes. Fucking ass beat before he could get all the data.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He fucking lost. He just the amount of power we see Midgard's armor display is the amount of power he originally defeated Omega with. So he doesn't know if that's his full potential, all of his data.
Yeah, it's like more or less what he had to experience, but maybe not quite everything that Midgard's armor had.
Yeah.
We don't know that Omega got his ass beat. It seems like he probably did, but I think the way he describes it is that the fight ended prematurely.
Yeah, and then Midgard's armor flees, and he follows him, and then that leads to everything else.
So it might have just been the case that Midgard's armor ran away, but you'd have to think that in order for Midgard's armor to have a sufficient lead over Omega, he would have had to have kicked Omega's ass first before he ran.
Yeah, I'm trying to think to the dialogue that comes later, because Omega, when he's chasing him, he's not. His systems don't seem to be operating like normal.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the dialogue of what the actual process was like of him leaving the Dragon Star and making his way to Eorzivia.
Dragon Star.
That's what it is. It's the Dragon Star.
It's literally the Dragon Star.
And Omega's from the Omega Star.
Yeah.
There you go. Glad you like that one, Sly.
We know at least that the Omega Star is reason to believe that the Omega Star is in a different dimension, because the Omega minion literally states that he's from another dimension.
One of the questions that he left out, by the way, and that he was thinking of putting on this thing.
That was a question I left out. Yeah, no, the Omega minion like literally states that Omega comes from another dimension. Whether that's just like the speculation of the Garland Ironworks engineers that made him, or whether that's like non-diegetic facts, we're not sure. But
weird, technological, fascinating.
Yeah.
That's the other description of the minion.
Yeah. All right. I think we've only got 2 questions left. Let me look at what the score is. Either one of you could win at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
Just at a cursory glance. I'm not going to tell you what the numbers are.
Okay.
All right. Where are we? This is Sly's, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be correct.
So why does Omega change his form in the final encounter?
Oh, if you don't get this, Sly, I'm going to be upset.
He wasn't evolving. He was basically adjusting to our battle abilities. And he swaps between the male form and the female form. As we do more damage, as we keep fucking it up. I can't remember the specific text.
Okay, but why?
He does. That's the result, but it's not that's the effect, but not the cause. You're thinking about it too much, I think.
That's possible.
He wanted to understand us as, mortals, as humans.
There's a word you're missing. There's one word. Unless he'll give that to you for that. There's a specific word.
I think I can give you a half for that.
Let him see if he wants to get the other one.
I'll ask the question again. Why does Omega change his form in the final encounter? There's something very specifically that he's trying to become, trying to grasp, trying to achieve.
He's trying to go beyond his own limits, his own
Ultra Instinct Omega.
Limit.
He's trying to achieve the capability to go beyond his own limits, but that's as like a consequence of what he's trying to achieve. I can definitely give you a half point.
Okay.
Do you want to keep trying to reach for the full point, or?
That sounded like the devil, whatever that sound was.
Oh, that was Cersei.
Scary.
He wanted to fight like humans. He wanted to know what it means to actually possibly die.
Okay.
I can't draw anything else. I'm drawing a blank.
You're so nearly there.
Yeah, you're really close.
I am going to give you a half point. Mike, do you think you can get it over the line?
I believe he specifically says to absorb your strength, I must understand your weaknesses. I think it's the exact line.
That is the exact line. Which is what? Which means what?
He can't if he doesn't have our weaknesses, he can't understand us. Pretty much. They're like Sly was saying.
What's our weakness though? What's this weakness that he's trying to?
Well, it's the perceived weakness that he's had for us the whole time. Our mortality, as Sly was saying, our mortality is our weakness.
Yeah, he's trying to become a mortal.
Yeah, that's
he's trying.
Specifically, Sly, you were just missing. You said he wanted to be mortal.
I said we could die. I said that we could die.
You didn't say that he was wanting to become capable of dying. That's what he wants. He's wanting to become capable of dying, so that basically whatever it is, the fear of death or the consequences of death or whatever will somehow inspire him in the way that he thinks it inspires us. To this extra capacity that he doesn't currently have.
It doesn't work, by the way. Spoiler.
Well, it kind of does. Kind of.
Well, he doesn't get a soul, but he has enough data to understand in his last moments that he just didn't have the last ingredient.
Yeah, he understands he doesn't have it, but he does. I mean, he does basically become mortal. He doesn't have a soul, but we kill him. He's dead.
Not in Savage. Well, in Savage, I mean, eventually, but in Savage, he's like, that shit was dumb. I'm going back to what I was doing before.
That's not canon.
I'll make it canon.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Sly, you don't look very happy with that.
Because he said the word die, so.
Die. I could have sworn I said mortal, too.
No, you didn't say mortal. You were so close. You were so nearly there.
You like I said, you were missing a word.
Yeah.
It's like the one river.
Yeah.
Even though I say the one.
Yeah. It's like, that one river. I'll give you a half point because you didn't call it the one river. You called it that one river.
All right. Okay. Last question. Actually, let me have a look. What are our points?
I don't know. You just looked at them the question before. I didn't think you'd have forgotten already. We both just scored half a point.
Okay.
It's the same difference. You're just gonna make this one worth more, aren't you?
There's 1 point difference.
Oh, well then if I don't get it and he gets it anyway. It's literally down to that.
Yeah.
Does it really need to be worth more?
I'm gonna give this one to Sly first
Oh, come on.
Wait a minute.
because I want to give him. I want to give him a chance to tie.
No,
Okay.
no, no,
All right.
no,
No,
no.
I respect that.
No, I'm gonna give you a chance
Okay.
to tie, and then
Okay.
I'll think of a tiebreaker
Okay.
If he gets it right.
if you get it right. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
What's the true purpose of Omega's quest for self-improvement?
Oh, please, Sly. Now you don't deserve to win if you don't get this. I said it already, actually. On this show, I said it already.
I'll give you 20 seconds.
It's a weapon. It's
If anyone understands what
Yeah,
I'm doing
it's a
right
weapon.
now.
He's a weapon.
he's trying to
10 seconds.
prove through combat. Trying to find
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
he's
Sly.
trying to wait. Fuck. He's trying to go back home. He's easy.
Hey!
Yeah. I was doing this for ET that's why I was doing this. I was like, ET phone home. That's why I was doing this the whole time.
He literally does not have enough energy, enough power, enough ether to be able to return home. It's beyond his capabilities. He thinks that if he becomes more powerful, then he will have the capacity to be able to return home. Because he thinks of
Wasn't
power.
Alpha a beacon?
No, Alpha's not a
Some
beacon.
sort?
No,
No.
Alpha's not a beacon. If you're referring to the scene where he's running through space, it's emulating his journey from the Dragon Star to.
That's what I was.
Eorzivia.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah. Alpha's got like a weird like imprint of some of his memories and his data or whatever. Because he's a part of Omega. No, he's literally, he wants to return home. He is unable to complete the mission that he was sent there for, which was to destroy Midgard-Zormr, because Midgard-Zormr is basically
Gone.
somewhere in between, is not really destroyable. And ever since then, he's been trying to rebuild himself and get himself to the point, because he thinks of power in like very literal terms. He's like, all right, well, if I have power sufficient to destroy this enemy that I couldn't destroy before, then I will have power to propel myself further through space than I could before.
The only thing I remembered was passing this star, passing that star, passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kept passing stars.
And the more interesting thing to me is you'd think maybe he just makes the trip back to the Dragon Star and then recharges and goes from there, but it has to imply the Dragon Star is not there anymore.
Yeah, that's a tough one. The Dragon Star may or may not be there anymore. And
Would make sense for how they were interrupted.
Yeah, and it may or may not be another shard.
Yeah, because it looks like it's about to fucking blow like Krypton when we're fighting Midgard-Zormr. And
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty fucked up,
Oh,
doesn't it? All right, here's what I'm gonna do for tiebreaker.
yeah, it's a good thing you didn't give that to me first. I think he knew. I can't give this to Mike first. He's already answered it once.
No, I couldn't. Yeah, exactly. That would have been terrible. I'm going to find something in just completely inconsequential.
I'm amazed you didn't ask us any Suzaku questions.
Or
The
any
Suzaku questions
Tales
are
of the Storm.
the Suzaku questions are easy and not very interesting. And I've asked you all the interesting stuff from Tales of the Storm. All right, okay, fine.
I actually didn't finish the last cutscene, so it's gonna be fun.
Okay, all right, fine. Here's the tiebreaker. Literally the first person who can answer this. Why does Saruman look the way he does at the moment?
Kami's possessed his soul. Or his body. Sorry. Or they'll
Because of
Apparently Genbu says that, maybe you're Kami. He says that, but it's not the reason.
Okay, so what no, it'll elaborate. What does Genbu think's happening?
Genbu thinks that a Kami is that's what I got. So if Sly's got
But
something.
why does it look like a tortoise?
Because it's
That's his form.
That's its form. Yeah, that's the kami's form.
It's a tortoise kami.
That's a tortoise kami.
Well, Mike answered first.
Awesome.
I had that. I'm glad I coerced him to do a Suzaku question.
You did. You really
Not
coerced
a
me.
Tales of the Storm question.
That's literally.
If it had been a
like-
Tales of the Storm question, you would have been equally as fucked because I have those
That's
pretty nailed down.
That's
Yeah,
literally the
yeah.
only like vaguely interesting thing.
I'm
that
curious what your other question would have been. Like where you were.
I was
Yeah.
just flicking through. I was gonna pull something out about like some artifact gear or something probably.
Oh God!
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Don't make me do that. Last time you asked me about gear, it didn't go so well.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I was gonna
You're
ask
like, I
about
think
gear.
that sounds like I want Sly to win.
Yep.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Sly.
pretty
I'm from-
much.
I'm from New Jersey. I'm too used to talking over people.
You know,
to let
I was
you go
gonna
first.
ask who designed the Dragon Lance's armor. I was gonna ask that. That's where I was going.
Well, Sly got the last Dragoon armor question wrong, so I might have stood a chance there.
no, maybe.
I don't know the answer to that, by the way. The original, you mean the AF1 armor?
No, the AF2.
Oh, okay. I would have answered one of Thornton's knights. So
Yeah, it's not that.
exactly, that's
So,
what my answer would have been.
You're
Then.
lucky. So, Mike.
Now, to be fair, I will say this: even if I had gotten that question wrong right there for Suzaku, I would have at least won, knowing that in order to get to the tiebreaker, you had to give my last question.
I did. Yeah, I did.
I would have still reveled in that fact.
So, how you guys
But
feeling?
even before the tiebreaker, it was pretty close. I'm guessing.
Sly,
Yeah, there was 1 point in it.
it was 1 point difference.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
gave you the question that was worth the point, the ET phone home question, and then gave us a tiebreaker. It's a good thing you didn't ask about Domin Reconstruction, because I don't know, because Sly hasn't touched it, and the Rizai Juku question is the one that I kept deep in my heart, because I felt
Yeah.
like it was a question for you.
You guys were talking about that last week and saying that you hadn't really like.
No, I
done
said
it.
I'd done it. He hadn't
Yeah.
done it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, well,
Sly, you should do it.
I won't bother with that.
It's literally takes
I'm not up to date on it either. I've read all the time.
45 seconds to do. Well, it takes 45 seconds to hand in the items, and then it's just a bunch of cutscenes.
Yeah, and the cutscenes, like the story's nice. I really enjoy it.
Yeah,
It's nice.
I'm watching a rice farm be rebuilt, and these Aura keep openly talking about kidnapping Hien, even though we can very clearly hear them talking about it, and it's in no way a secret mission anymore. And there's kids who are learning, and apparently that used to be a hard thing to do because the Garleans wouldn't allow that shit. So
No,
there's a whole.
no,
there's
no,
a whole.
they teach collaborators.
There's two crafters that hate each other. Like, there's food now. I mean, there's foods from the last patch, not from this one.
There's food now. The Domans have food now.
It's like real good food though. Like they got some delicious shit chilling now. It's good.
Yeah, we got him some boost from the Azim Step, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Mm.
Yeah, and
That's
we're
good.
using. Are those the ones we're using in the rice? You mean the ones we're talking about in the rice fields? The ones that are helping plow the rice fields?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you look at that.
Yeah.
Look at all this lore we could have had in this thing, Sly. Although to be fair, it wouldn't have been. I don't think Domin Reconstruction would have been fair because it's not even like we can't complete it. We can't feasibly have it come completed all the way yet. Pretty much.
Yeah, maybe when that whole thread is like completely done, we'll have some questions on that.
Yeah, and then when you can
I
ask
told
us.
you I wanted this. I wanted you guys to basically get full marks, and you didn't.
I misread a number. That cost me
You
one.
did. You did okay.
Okay.
You did all right.
Dude, it was only a couple of Omega questions that didn't go so hot.
Yeah, it was
That's
good.
it.
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Thanks,
it.
man.
Mike wins.
I'm trying to.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Golden
I'm
Summer
trying to think. There was something. Oh, so I actually wanted to present something to you guys since I wanted to bring up we didn't do Domin Reconstruction in a recent interview. Yoshi said we're not actually done with Ishgard yet. Do you think we do Ishgard Reconstruction?
Oh, I hope so. That would be really good.
Because
wouldn't
that
it?
place has got to stop looking like shit eventually. Like it can't perpetually look like it's.
Actually live there.
See, that's the thing, though. Like, if we have Reconstruction, then all of a sudden, like, the idea of housing there becomes feasible. But then again, it's like, does it only become feasible if you've completed Reconstruction? Then that's all fucked in a different way. So,
but the thing about Ishgardian Reconstruction would be that you couldn't change any of the models or the actual like structure of the place. Because of the way it's instanced, the fact that there's other players in there, it's like you could change the textures.
I mean, there are other players in the Domain Reconstruction that aren't as far as me, and mine looks different than theirs.
Yeah, that's because it's
got an Aetheryte. It's programmed like a zone. It's got its own Aetheryte and everything.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
and I also just think of Alexander before you complete the story. Alexander's not in the hinterlands. They just designed it in such a way that
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're not changing like the actual layout or the structure. They're just like basically throwing new textures over the shit as you go. They could do that with Ishgard.
Yeah, see, I'm just saying. It seems like a neat idea. I like the Domain Reconstruction. My only problem with Domain Reconstruction is being in that area is meaningless. Otherwise, is my only issue with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if it was our Idleshire or our Mordona, all of a sudden, like if Mordona had grown like that, or if Idleshire had grown like that from patch to patch, would have made so much more sense. And so I hope they do this with whatever our next hub is.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think it's a better way to do it. It's a more like compelling way to do it.
Yeah, fingers crossed. There was some other stuff that popped up that I thought was pretty interesting from a lore standpoint, but I have the interview handy. So I just wanted to bring that up real quick since I felt it was lore relevant.
Yeah, definitely.
One day, Ethys, we need the ultimate. We need Eorzivia ultimate.
I don't think you guys can handle Eorzivia.
It's not about us handling it, though. It's about seeing how dumb you can make us look. Why do you think I tweet out time to make Sly and I look dumb? They are expecting a slaughter, and it's not.
I've done it a couple of times.
And they love it.
Yes, we've done a couple of sessions where you guys have literally gotten like
2.5 points. Yeah, there was one where it was literally 2.5 to 2 by the end of it.
So salty. You were so mad
because I knew all Sly, and not that I knew all Slides. I kept getting mad at the one Sly.
Fucking salty.
No, that was the one where I totally felt like I got it, and then you told me I didn't. I felt like the way he felt after the die answer.
I don't think you guys can handle it. Honestly.
I don't think the viewers care if we can handle it. Viewers, do you care if Sly and I can handle it? Tell us.
They don't need to.
No, I'm asking.
I know exactly.
No,
the viewers don't give a shit about you guys.
Exactly. So they want you to ask us smart things.
Doesn't someone have to take care of these guys?
All right. How about this? You tell us it's going to be the shit show in advance. You give us the subject matter, the general subject matter. You say it will be about these things and anything that can be connected to these topics. Like that could be triple triad card, minions, locations.
Okay.
NPC, anything.
All right. Well, it'll be the law book then.
Fuck.
Just read the whole thing.
Okay, that's
after FanFest.
That's a little fucked. You kind of have to be a little more specific than that.
No, I don't. You just said it.
No, it's a college exam. We have to read the whole entire fucking book.
It's only like 200 None of my college exams made me read the whole book. I'll put that out.
Well, your
finals.
Your college exams didn't require you to read a book, and you got through college.
Not the whole, not verbatim, the whole thing.
Your finals did.
No, they didn't. My finals were made up of shit that I did the rest of the semester.
No, if that's what you really want, if that's what you really, really want, you want a brutal edition, then fine. We'll have a brutal edition. Next one will be a brutal edition. I will take things from
brutal edition. Life
Encyclopedia Eorzivia Volume 2, and only the Encyclopedia Eorzivia Volume 2. All right, that'll be your only source.
Okay.
But it'll be like the worst that I can find in there, the absolute most brutal stuff I can find in there. Okay.
Meaning the most minute details that we probably did not see.
Yeah.
All right.
Will that make you happy? Awesome. No, it won't. You guys will bitch and moan because there's no making you happy. I make it easy, and you.
But they love us looking stupid.
He's the one bitching.
Well, I won, Sly. I'm very content, but the viewers.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
Final Fantasy 14 is casual enough. Eorzivia doesn't have to be.
Yeah. Not only will you need to have read the encyclopedia, but you have to have read the German and the French and the Japanese versions.
Because we have different stuff, aka larboard, starboard.
Yeah, I'll be asking every question in Latin. Yeah.
You see, engineering.
I'll be asking every question in like pseudo Latin iambic pentamina. I'll be speaking like Rynoet the whole time.
Will there be jump puzzles?
Will you be wearing subligars?
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now. You just can't.
All right.
You can't see it because Twitch. It's not allowed.
I think it should be. Speaking in wingdings.
That's right.
Who the fuck said that?
Our patron of light did.
Oh my god.
One of our patron of lights, by the way, Sly. You're gonna enjoy this. One of our patron of lights. One of them.
Ooh.
As if you don't fucking know who the other one is. As if you
done.
haven't fucking put that together yet.
There's no making these guys happy.
Yeah. No, I will be happy. If I look dumb by the end of that show, I will be super happy.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm happy with this show.
Okay.
That's why I'm happy with this show. But thank you, Ethys. It was a good Eorzivia.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you. Now you're not coming back next week.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I'm letting you know. I wasn't giving you an option. I was if you were like, "Oh, but Mike, I really want to be on every show, you know. I feel like I bring it all to
Why
the
are you
table."
making me sound like I'm English?
I mean,
Excuse me.
nothing. I didn't say nothing. You can deduce that however you will. All right.
Okay. Thanks for watching.
Yes. No, thank you. I agree. I don't know what next week's show is about just yet, but I've got a few ideas. So, Sly, I'll spit those in your direction sometime in the next week or so. It will be a Tuesday show again. Don't worry. We should be getting Eureka sometime in the next several weeks. They said it was going to be just a little bit over a month before Pyros came out after 4.4. So this is what we're 3 Tuesdays in at this point. Has it been 3 weeks at this point? It was September 18th, and now it's October 9th. Yeah, so it's about 3 weeks in. So that's probably about 2-3 weeks out from that if they follow suit with being 5 or 6 weeks after. So fingers crossed. It means fucking what's it called? They've barely been around. Literally, like Pagos showed up late and is getting outdated early. Did you know you can? I soloed 13 light crystals in a lockout. Soloed.
What? No.
You go to the bunny fate. And you...
yeah, you mentioned this. Yeah, you scouted.
I did 13 light crystals in a lockout like
in
that.
one lockout.
If you have ice sprites, I got Newborn Star from an ice sprite solo, which was like 3 crystals in one kill.
Oh my god.
And I got Blinding Light from an ice sprite, which was almost 2 crystals. And then I got Bright from an undead, which was a full crystal.
Oh, I know what I'm doing on Friday.
I literally you can only solo it if you have other people go do other shit. Okay. So but I'm just saying, man, like it's already nerfed into the only thing I have to worry about is Lauhi at this point. And even then I could just get Pagos crystals ready and just probably trade them in when
it's pronounced Louis.
Luigi, yeah.
It's pronounced Louis.
Yeah, Luigi.
Yeah, right.
The eye switch, right?
Yeah, the eye switch Luigi. He gives you really mean stares in Mario Kart, you know.
The shit.
Yeah, Luigi. Okay. All right. Yeah. So we'll probably have. Well, I mean, that means we'll probably have a Eureka. Unfortunately, a Eureka show sometime in the next month. So,
no, that's great. I'm into that. Yeah. Well, we'll finally get some bloody answers as to what the.
Do you think we will? We fucking better at this point.
Oh my god, I will cry if we don't. I will actually cry.
Yeah, it'd be pretty screwed up. So that's. I hope we get something. So expect that in the next several weeks, unfortunately. And go finish your Eurekas if you are planning on doing Pyros because they tripled all the challenge log EXP. That just reset.
today you can solo light. It's literally just the Pagos crystals and the Lauhi ice. And if you play during peak hours, it's not too bad. I even soloed one of the NMs when I was the only one in the
They
instance.
tripled it. I thought they doubled it. I didn't realize they tripled it.
I mean, I got 800,000 from on 34 to 35. It was like 300,000 before or something. So
That's crazy.
yeah, I soloed. Oh, by the way, I died, and then with my challenge log, I got from 34 to 35 in that same instance. So, just saying, it's not bad.
That is so stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
some
know.
vision.
They know they screwed up. they know we just want to get through that shit as quick as possible.
I mean, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue.
Nope.
I enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah. Well, with that, I think we can finally wrap up the show. So, you mind if I just do our little outro real quick before you guys
Please.
sign off? All right. Sly, is that
Please
okay with
do.
you?
Always okay with me.
Good. So, as a reminder, and as an apology, last week in the not to you guys, to them watching, we have the Steel Series giveaway that's in the description of every YouTube video. Last week, I accidentally put one of the old giveaways in. I replaced it midweek. This week, that will not happen. The actual correct giveaway link will be there from the beginning this time. I can promise you that. And also just go enter. It's free shit from Steel Series. They sponsor the show. And it's easy. It's free shit. There's no reason. I'm not even asking you to click something. I'm saying go sign up for free shit. All right? That's it. Great sponsor read. Anyway. So, then we get to do the other sponsor read for Patreon, who've been supporting us on YouTube via hashtag demonetized or through hashtag demonetized. And as you heard me say, we have another patron of light now, Sly.
Ooh.
Ethys, you shouldn't be in any way surprised by this either. Neither of you should be.
Not.
No. You guys should have figured this shit out as soon as I said there was another one. So,
Who could it be?
of course, we have our OG patron of light, the one who, kind of brought the position into existence with their generosity in the first place. We have Khuja Cross on Jenova and their screenshots that are always really good. And we always compliment them, and then I don't have anything interesting to add because I've been doing this read for weeks, and I can just say thank you at this point, and I'm not good for anything else. So if you guys have anything interesting to say, feel free to do that. Nothing? Okay, got it. Great, fantastic. So we're just that bad, but you support us anyway, so thanks. And then we have another name being added next to you, Khuja, because I think it's kind of unavoidable at this point that someone by the name of Kurnai Oni gets added to that patron of light list, considering the circumstances through which... Yeah, considering the circumstances through which over on the Twitch side of things. Plus, they legitimately have. That's not funny, Sly. Don't. He's gonna end up trying. He's gonna try to be the double.
It's a little bit funny.
Yeah, he's in the chat right now, as a matter of fact, and he said someone summoned me, and I said, and then nobody did that, so you don't need to do that at all.
Oh boy.
So yeah, they are now also a patron of light. They have contributed a great deal directly to the sponsor list for the patron light. So they're on that list now too. So thank you, both Khuja Cross from Jenova.
Do we have a picture for?
No, I don't have anything. He just did it and said, "Put my name on there, bitch," and I did it. So he didn't say the bitch part, but that's how I felt because I couldn't like that's it. He was full control at that point. I had the collar. He had the collar around me, and I was whining like a dog.
You were he bitched you so badly that he didn't even need to call you bitch. You just knew.
Yeah.
You just knew.
That's how you know. That's how you know that the rope is tight. You know.
Yeah. That's how Kerr and I do it. That's how we do.
That's how we do. So, thank you to our patrons of light. We do have other patrons to talk about, though, and we have quite a few of them on the list. So let's get started with that one. We got our standard State of the Realm sponsors. We got Carol, Ray, Senshi, Shadowlink on Tonberry, Dom, Asuka Wake from Jenova, Lamilianella of Midgard's Armor, Serren the Fennel Family, Janhyua Yotsuyu, Kifca and the Great Eagles on Exodus, Dark Graver, Katayoshi from Khuja, Skia Symphonia from Ragnarok, Rah Xephon from Exodus, Rylanator, Westaus the Purple Warrior, Eadric Redsteele on Exodus, Lexxie Valentine, Mantaru the Rivivus FC from Zodiark, Sour Cream and Chives from Jenova, Rynoet Chikara, Goichi Balfour of Serren, Hersh Fersh of Faerie, Phoenix Down FC on Goblin, and Serren from Zodiark. We also have our elite sponsors. We got Jonathan, Shinka, Casual Heroes FC on Midgard Sarma, Tatachi Taka on Hyperion, Ken Uzuki from Jenova, Ustarl on Coral, Sathal, Sarah Frost from Behemoth, Diablo, Holy Tabasco, Red Thorn, and Serrha, Askin Hawk from Shiva, Crass015 Mustang, Serenity FC on Ultras, Kat Kazuma, Serial Akira on Cactar, Ignis Fairgun from Excalibur, Valestra of Fanfrit, Not Quarters from Excalibur, Krovos, Moonscar, Private Mikey, Spike, Diane Karasami, Rudy Rudiger, Tin Colossus, Killer Hackman, Roll Jr., and Killtastic Jones.
Thank you so much to our patrons. Thank you all.
Thank you for the support. Thank you.
And apparently Khuja saying their next screenshot's going to be a bit of a meme.
Oh dear.
Well, we got 2 Dragoons on the show, so there's only one way you can upset anybody.
Okay. All right.
There's no other way to I don't know how it's going to upset people other than that. There's no other way. So I don't know what it could be because it's not going to be that. He's a samurai. Oh shit. Okay.
It could be that.
Yeah, it could be that.
It could be that.
Oh shit. Hey, samurais got buff, man. They just kept getting buffed, dude. They got some big numbers right there. Okay, there you go. All right, so anyway, now you gentlemen get to tell people things before you leave, and they can follow you in those places and stuff. So we're gonna start with Ethys, our lore master right here.
It's me. It's my name. I'm Ethys. Hey guys, what's up? I'm the lore guy for the show. You know who I am already, but if you don't, I'm Ethys. That's me. It's this guy. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube sometimes if you look hard enough. You can find me on other social medias. Thanks. Sly?
Were you thanking me or passing it to me?
Both? Thank you, Sly.
Good question mark at the end there.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, I'm Sly. You can find me on twitch.tv/Sly, aka Greyfox, Twitter at Slythefox, Instagram at Sly, aka Greyfox07, Facebook, Sly, aka Greyfox, youtube.com/thevelvetroom. Played too many goddamn games. So
yeah, you've been crazy busy. Give us some of the titles you've been going through because it's been a hell of a time for you. There's a little bid war the other day too. That was more like a bid slaughter than anything else. But
yeah. So right now I'm doing Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, Valkyria Chronicles 4. Pretty soon Red Dead's coming out. I'm gonna do that too. We have a bid war going on. Basically, you bid on what game I'm going to be playing next, and right now I think Trails is in the lead, and East is second.
You better be more than thinking, because that's some dangerous verbiage you're using right now with who's present.
Which Trails?
All of them.
Oh God. Oh no.
That's the rule of the bid war. If it's a series, I play the entire series.
That's You've made a grave error in choice by doing that with the Trails series.
Oh no.
Keep in mind, we're saying Trails in the Sky, Trails in Cold Steel, not Tales, like Tales of Symphonia and whatnot.
Still, I hope you haven't got anything on your calendar until 2020.
Hey, by then, Cold Steel 4 will be out in America.
Great. You can dive straight into it.
So yeah, some of the games on the list are Trails. Tales is on the list. Phantasy Star was in second for a while, and then Trails took over and East took over and everything. But yeah. If you have a game you want to put on that list, you better hope and pray that things don't happen. You got one more week.
Pray. So if I voted for Bubsy, would you have to play every Bubsy game to 100% completion?
Yes, I would.
Okay. All right.
Ethys, I just want to say something real quick. You have to go to FanFest, so you might not want to get involved with this.
What do you mean?
People already put meme games on Jack Bros and Detective Pikachu and shit. There are meme games.
Yeah, the problem is they're not gonna win because
they're not gonna win.
They're not gonna win.
Yeah, that's the thing. So think before you put a game on the list.
Oh, if you got East,
right.
East actually wouldn't be that bad to get.
Yeah. And Mike, what's going on with you? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. You doing all right? I'm doing all right. Finger guns. Hey, I'm Mr. Happy. You can find me Mr. Happy 1227 Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all those places with Mr. Happy 1227. Just type that. Just Google it. That's all you really need to do. You'll find some bad shit probably on some fucking random website. Who knows? I'm sure there's some bad shit out there somewhere. So, but you'll find me first. Just don't go to the third page. Never go to the third page of Google. You understand? Never do it. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad. Don't ever do it. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter what. No, I will not have the super crown on. No. Whatever the fuck that thing is called. I don't want it. We're not having that here. Okay? That's not happening right now. Okay. And yeah, I'm getting ready for MapleStory 2. The launch is going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm excited. I've been playing the Head Start, and I'm looking forward to it. So, also, what else do we have? I've been playing Dauntless off stream a little bit lately, just because I've been working on them repeaters.
So good.
Yeah, they're little meh against. I mean, I like them against Reza, but they don't work against the shield. So
no, I don't work against the shield, but that's fine. He breaks the shield himself.
Yeah, I know, but I want to shoot it and get out and kill him faster. So,
bitch, I've solid everything on heroic with those things. I love them.
So yeah, good. they're busted as fuck. But I'd be nice if they worked a little better.
Be nice if they were even more busted.
It'd be nice if they worked a little better. Wow. I love doing Hellion with them. You get the attack speed buff with Hellion because you can just shoot. You can just aim for his back and just like knock those things off effortlessly, and then just go ham. When I was farming Arcanite, I go to Hellion because he just disappears in like 3 minutes. It's fucking stupid.
You go with all the attack speed cells.
Yeah, attack speed's pretty dope. I gotta admit, I like it a lot. And yeah, so that's gonna be a wrap for this week's show. Not sure on next week's show topic yet, but do expect a Eureka show sometime in the next month or so, hopefully. And we're getting closer and closer to FanFest. Don't forget, FanFest is next month. Probably,
that's
what is
crazy.
It, 5 weeks out or something? It's the October 9th, and it's the weekend before American Thanksgiving, the NA FanFest.
That's insane.
So, yeah. You're going to be here in America.
I know. Yeah, I'm going to be there in like a month. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then we'll also have our lore book by then, too. FanFest means lore book.
And then I'll have a 18-hour flight home to read it.
I will have a 1 hour and 30-minute flight to read it. So I think you'll get through a little more than me in that time, I feel like. Okay, we're going to wrap up the show, going over into a short post show, and then turns out I'm not doing Suzaku tonight, so I'm going to go work on some Upper Omnia stuff, probably. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you again, Ethys, for joining us. And we will see you next week. So, goodbye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.
See you next week.
Cheerio.